What if I told you a wide receiver who just crossed 1,000 yards suddenly got released by his own team? Stefon Diggs was supposed to be the Patriots' most reliable weapon, yet now he is sitting in free agency while teams stay strangely quiet. So what really happened behind the scenes in New England, and why are NFL teams hesitating to sign one of the league's most dangerous receivers? The truth behind Diggs' shocking release might be far more complicated than anyone expected. At first glance, the decision does not seem to make sense. The Patriots have struggled for years to find elite production at the wide receiver position. Since the days when Tom Brady was throwing to star playmakers, the offense has searched for a true number one target. When Diggs arrived, many believed the team had finally solved that problem. He delivered exactly what the offense needed: big catches in crucial moments and a consistent ability to move the chains. By the end of the season, he had reached another milestone, surpassing 1,000 receiving yards and becoming the Patriots' first receiver to achieve that mark in several years. But the NFL is not only about performance on the field. Behind every roster move, there is another reality that fans do not always see. Salary cap numbers, long-term planning, and difficult financial decisions shape every team's future. In the case of the Patriots, those financial numbers played a massive role. Diggs was entering the next phase of his contract where the cap hit would jump dramatically. Reports indicated that his number would rise to more than $26 million. For a team trying to rebuild and manage its payroll carefully, that figure was difficult to justify. By releasing Diggs, New England freed up a large amount of cap space. The move saved roughly $16 million that could now be used to strengthen other parts of the roster. For the front office, the decision was not about doubting Diggs' ability. It was about creating financial flexibility and reshaping the team's long-term plan. The Patriots are still working to build a competitive roster after several challenging seasons. Every dollar counts when a team is trying to fix multiple positions at once. Still, the news sent shockwaves through the NFL community. Analysts quickly pointed out that receivers who produce 1,000 yards do not usually hit the open market. Teams spend years searching for players with that level of consistency. Diggs has been doing it almost every season of his career. He has shown the ability to thrive in different systems and with different quarterbacks. His skill set has remained elite even as he has entered the later stages of his career. The question that quickly followed the release was simple. If Diggs is still productive, why are teams not rushing to sign him immediately? The answer lies in a combination of factors that go beyond the stat sheet. Age is one of them. Diggs is now in his early 30s. In a league where younger receivers are entering the draft every year with blazing speed and lower salaries, front offices sometimes hesitate to invest heavily in veterans. Teams worry about how long a receiver can maintain peak performance once he passes 30. Contract expectations are another major piece of the puzzle. A receiver with Diggs' track record naturally expects to be paid like a top player. That usually means a deal with significant guarantees and multiple years. Some teams are reluctant to commit to that kind of contract when they have cheaper options available. Rookie contracts and younger players provide more flexibility. For general managers who must balance an entire roster, those financial calculations matter. There are also questions about fit. Every team has its own offensive system and locker room dynamic. Coaches look for players who match their philosophy both on and off the field. Diggs has always played with passion and intensity. That competitive energy helped him become one of the league's best receivers, but it has also led to moments of tension during his career. Some organizations may simply be taking extra time to evaluate how he would fit within their culture. Despite those concerns, it is impossible to ignore what Diggs continues to bring to the field. His route running remains among the sharpest in the league. Defensive backs know how dangerous he can be when he creates separation at the top of a route. Quarterbacks trust him because he understands how to find open space even when a play begins to break down. These qualities do not disappear overnight. For Patriots fans, the situation has created an unusual possibility. Even though the team released Diggs, the door may not be completely closed. Patriots executive Elliott Wolf addressed the situation and suggested that a reunion could still happen under the right circumstances. His comments hinted that the organization respects what Diggs accomplished and would not rule out bringing him back if the financial situation changes. This type of scenario is not unheard of in the NFL. Sometimes teams release veterans to manage the salary cap and later bring them back on a new contract that works better for both sides. If Diggs does not receive the kind of offers he expects from other teams, returning to New England on a different deal could become an attractive option. familiarity with the offense and the locker room would make the transition easier than starting fresh somewhere else. While that possibility exists, the Patriots have already begun reshaping their receiver group. The front office moved quickly in free agency to sign Romeo Doubs to a multi-year contract. Doubs is younger and brings a different style of play to the offense. By investing in him, the Patriots signaled that they are building for the future rather than relying entirely on veteran star power. The strategy appears to focus on depth rather than a single dominant receiver. For Diggs, this moment represents another turning point in a career that has already seen several dramatic chapters. Early in his career, he became famous for one of the most unforgettable plays in playoff history when he caught a last-second touchdown that shocked the football world. That moment established him as a player who thrives under pressure. Later, he moved to Buffalo, where he formed one of the most explosive quarterback-receiver connections in the league. Throughout those years, Diggs proved that he could elevate an offense. He consistently ranked among the league leaders in receptions and receiving yards. Defensive coordinators built entire game plans around slowing him down. Even with constant attention from opposing defenses, he continued to produce. Now he finds himself at another crossroads. Free agency can be unpredictable, especially for veteran players. Sometimes the process moves quickly with teams competing for a player's services. Other times it becomes a waiting game as both sides evaluate the market. For Diggs, the coming weeks may determine where the next chapter of his career will unfold. Several teams around the league could benefit from adding an experienced receiver with his skill set. Contenders looking for a reliable target might view him as the missing piece that pushes their offense to the next level. Younger quarterbacks could benefit from having a veteran route runner who understands how to create separation and read defenses. Even teams that are rebuilding might see value in his leadership and experience. What remains clear is that Diggs has not lost his ability to impact a game. His 1,000-yard season proved that he still belongs among the league's productive receivers. When the ball is in the air and the game is on the line, he remains the kind of player quarterbacks trust. As free agency continues to unfold, teams will weigh their options carefully. General managers will analyze contracts, study game film, and evaluate how Diggs might fit within their offensive schemes. Coaches will imagine how his route running could open opportunities for other receivers. Quarterbacks will picture the confidence that comes with throwing to a veteran who understands timing and positioning. Eventually, one organization will decide that the benefits outweigh the risk. When that moment arrives, Diggs will once again step onto the field with something to prove. Players with his competitive drive often use moments like this as motivation. Doubt can fuel performance in powerful ways. Until then, the football world will keep watching. Every rumor, every report, and every possible landing spot will become part of the conversation. Free agency often delivers unexpected twists, and this story may still have several chapters left. One thing is certain, a receiver who continues to produce at a high level will not remain unsigned forever. Whether he returns to New England or finds a new home elsewhere, Stefon Diggs will likely have another opportunity to remind the league why he has been one of the most respected wide receivers of his generation. And when that opportunity comes, the next catch he makes might not just move the chains, it might silence every question about why a 1,000-yard receiver ever ended up on the open market in the first place.